Short background. I'm 35 years old and I grew up in America. I'm a white woman, very much a typical product of my society because my family was too. It was very unavoidable at the time with no exposure to the internet then or a diverse community. My parents did their best, but we were not religious. We were baptized and we occasionally went to church, but Christianity did not sit well with me. So at 10, I decided God doesn't exist. And to make a long story short, I went on to slowly spiral downward at the young age of 13 with a wicked depression and a very strong desire to grow up too fast and experience all the cool things the older people were doing. My mom tried to protect me, but smothered me instead. A rebellious soul can't be tamed this way. I was pretty much suicidal, crying all the time, fought with my parents. I was put on psych meds, which further interfered negatively with my brain development, and things got very dark very fast. The change in me as I remember it seemed very evil looking back, and every great thing about me seemed to have just died in me. Hopeless and lost at age 17, I was out on my own. Freedom at my fingertips, and I indulged it in nearly every way. No control, no guidance, just doing whatever I wanted. And do you know what happened? My life spiraled even out of control further, and I was no longer functioning. I was just this dead walking person. My 20s were horrendous. When I met my first love, who turned out to be a very serious high-end drug dealer and addict, I spent 6 years with this person. I worshipped him and wanted to be whatever he wanted me to be. Because I wanted to be loved. It was fun. Partying, going to festivals, tripping on acid, getting high. But those little fun things always end up ruining you in some way. Temporary happiness that leaves you when you're sober, or when your partner becomes a monster and your entire life crashes down. When you enter into relationships with men who actually have no true manhood in them, and use you and toss you to the wind when they are bored, but they say they love you. Horrible pain. My heart broke over and over. Bad things happened that traumatized me. I can't even repeat them because it's that bad. I almost died once. And so I think at rock bottom, seeing finally what my choices, friends, and my society was doing to me, I began to just wonder if I could ever get out of this mess and if there was a God or something. So I wrote him a letter in 2010. Please forgive me and guide me because I'm so scared and so lost. Please save me. My search began that year. Bad things still happened, but I was exploring spirituality and religion. Paganism was too confusing. Buddhism wasn't for me. Hinduism made no sense to me. Christianity, as it was too empty and seemed fake. New Age nonsense. There was no end and no proof where these ideas emerged from. Shamans, astrologists, and healers, and indigo people, I saw it all and did it all. And nope, it wasn't it. I was doing heroin at some point, and I had decided one day that I was going to kill myself, that there was no way out, no reason to be alive. No purpose. I was a nobody, a nothing, a pile of disgusting trash. Thankfully, I got so scared, I hospitalized myself and got some help. The chaplain met with me and gave me some great advice. Later, I went on interpals.com, wanting to learn about other countries and their people and their cultures. I met there the first Muslims I ever even heard of. This was where the seed was planted, in 2014. I was always accepting of everyone and eager to understand people. I work in psychology, and I wanted to know this Islam that the people were teaching me. They told me, look, God loves you and he forgives you. And you may have sinned, but his forgiveness is endless. Try the Quran someday, even try the Bible. Just read it and check it out for yourself. Those people made me feel like I was worth something, that my sins and past didn't define me, that I could start over. I got a Quran and I watched YouTube videos. I printed Allah's name and taped it above my bed, and I wrote God a letter which I will show you later, asking him to forgive me and show me the truth, with all my sincerity in my heart. Then I forgot about that letter, tucked my Quran away, and went on to make some more stupid choices, and they became less and less, because now I was feeling my conscience and guilt and desire to be better, to find love and truth. I had this dream one night I was laying on a wooden floor and got up to look out the window and saw the most beautiful landscape, mountains, sun, flowing water, vibrant and vivid, and I said to myself in that dream, "It's Jannah. Waking up, I remember then what jhana was. It scared me a bit. Summer of 2015 came, and my work was a supervisor for some exchange students. And guess what? They were all Muslims, and it was Ramadan too. The one man would fast in 100-degree humid weather and never missed a prayer. The other two didn't practice. I felt bad he was alone, so I fasted with him for 9 days. Wow, do I believe that was the catalyst for Allah's light to enter my heart and soul. That experience was beyond words. I started to think, if the world hates Islam and the media pushed out propaganda against it, being the conspiracy theorist I am, I said it must be true if they are trying to destroy it. And then one night, another dream. I was in the Middle East somewhere, and I looked to the sky and Allah's name began to appear over and over wherever I looked. I took that as a serious sign and started quietly reading and asking people around the world if I could be Muslim even though I'm white. Even though my past was horrible, even though I have horrible anxiety, would I be able to do it? And let me tell you something. Above all other humans, the Muslims were the most loving, forgiving, encouraging, gentle, and beautiful souls, and I just badly wanted to be like them. I knew then what was about to happen. I left home and decided to move away and leave my past behind. One morning while camping, just after sunset, I went swimming before everyone else. The sun shines directly on me. I felt a warmth wrap around me from head to toe and then into my heart. And I don't know why, but I mouthed the word Allah. And then it hit me like a tidal wave. I cried and cried and cried and said Allah again and again. And then in that very moment, I knew He was God. I said, Allah is God. Allah is God. I was so overwhelmed, excited, scared, all at the same time. For the first time in my life, I felt something real in my soul. I put hijab on that day. I loved it. And the next morning on the way to NYC, I accepted Islam and we went to a mosque in Manhattan where a convert taught me how to pray. The whole world changed that weekend. The months following, the weight and pain on my shoulders were gone. I taught myself to pray and I taught myself Quran. I read and went to any and every event I could find. It's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. To think life was a dead end and I wanted to kill myself. And Allah answered my prayer from a year ago and I didn't even realize it. I have been given the greatest opportunity on the face of this earth. Some other time in the future, I will tell you about the last 5 years and what they've been like, because as a revert, you do face a lot of challenges, and also your mind doesn't erase the past, and Satan never rests. But for now, I hope this story was beneficial to anyone who listens to it.